real good feeling. This place is jumping off hard as it can get. No, we won't ever stop dancing on the edge. We like it dangerous, we like to see you spit. Turn up another notch, you ain't seen nothing yet. Let me tell you something, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, let me tell you something. Right now, right now. Right now, right now. Right now, right now. Right now, right now. Got a real good feeling. Got a real good feeling. Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. Yeah, I got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. Got a real good feeling. Right now, right now. 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 Oh, I got a real good feeling. Got a real good feeling. Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Yeah, I got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. Yeah, I got a real good feeling. Got a real good feeling. Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Yeah, I got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. I got a real good feeling.
Hey guys, what's going on? Jebb here. Welcome to Coffee and Crypto, guys. Welcome to the show. We are going to be doing a ton of Bitcoin technical analysis in this stream. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We are joined as always by my co-host, not Crypto Tim, also known as The Beard. Tim, how you doing?
What's up, everybody? I'm joined by Shades right here.
Shades is here. Shades is going to be helping us do some technical analysis, actually, perhaps.
He's
We have
probably
some
better
questions.
than me at it, so.
Probably better than, that's not saying much. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, you're not lying.
Non-Crypto Tim is working on it. He's going through CT2A, actually. Shout out to that.
Yes, sir.
We are also joined, as always, by Smay, our lovely and talented and beautiful and awesome producer. Smay, how are you doing?
Hi, I love you guys. You're great. You're very pretty.
Smay is awesome in every single way, except for the fact that he likes the Celtics, and that is something that we just can't condone here. But otherwise, he's a pretty good guy, and you should go and follow him on Twitter. Smay, what is your Twitter? You have a Twitter, right?
Yes, my Twitter is at ThickeySmay. ThickeySmay.
There you go. His profile picture is of a monkey.
Of King Kong.
Of King Kong.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's actually a picture of me from high school, just so you know. We're going to be taking some questions in today's live stream, but before we get started, we want to talk about a couple of news stories that have broken that are quite funny. Tim, didn't we hear something about Bitcoin Gold that was a little bit amusing? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, no. So if you go to the daily planning thing, so
Getting it right up.
I don't know if any of you guys follow Cointelegraph. I look at a couple different sites. That's one of them. They had an article posted this morning about the rise in Bitcoin Gold, BTG, and how it actually probably was an accident based off of other news. Jebb, you want to look at that?
Yeah, so not a cheaper Bitcoin. Bitcoin Gold soars 173% as traders may be buying the wrong BTG. Guys, Bitcoin Gold is not something you want to be investing in anyway, but for those of you who may have gotten into this, take your profits and walk, because this was not an intentional rally. And this is one of those funny stories because it's just really sad because people are investing in something that they think is going to go to the moon, and it's just not.
Well, what's funny is if you were in BTG, you should go ahead and sell because you just got a lot of money.
Yeah, if you're in Bitcoin Gold for some reason, you should probably take your profit and walk because this cryptocurrency is probably not one you want to be in for the long run.
What's that sitting at now? I'm going to look.
Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and grab it up real quick also and show you guys. Smay, if you can jump to my screen, I will show the people. Bitcoin Gold is currently sitting at rank number 65. It's trading at $108, and it's up quite a bit this week. We've had a giant rally from $34 to over $100 because of people buying the wrong currency. BTG is a ticker symbol for a Brazilian investment bank that shares the altcoins ticker, and the confidence and the coincidence was good enough to get the hungry traders to go ahead and buy it. Unfortunate, but it's pretty funny. Anyway, let's go ahead and go back to full screen. And Tim, what else we want to talk about before we jump into some TA?
Shout out to Enjin. How about Enjin spiking up?
Yeah.
I know you guys have been talking about that coin a lot. That's looking great too.
Yep, Enjin is up 30% today. Actually, Smay, if you can jump to my screen, I will show the people what we're talking about. Enjin is currently ranked number 43. Drop a 1 in chat if you are a fan of Enjin. We've heard you guys talking about it quite a lot. It is up 30% today. And just so you guys know, we're going to be doing a bunch of Bitcoin technical analysis in this stream. Let's go ahead and go back to full screen. We're going to be doing a bunch of Bitcoin technical analysis in today's stream. We're going to talk about Bitcoin, the pattern, and where we think it's going to go in relation to that pattern. We're also going to be talking about Ethereum and Cardano, but if we have time, then we will go ahead and do some altcoin TA.
Yes.
So give us a 1 in chat if you like Enjin, and give us a 2 in chat if you'd like to see some TA on it later. We may or may not do it, but it's something that is on the cards. Tim, what do we got in chat, or should we just go ahead and get started?
I think, let me look at chat real quick.
First
of all, someone asked what time zone we're on. We are in Gainesville, Florida, so that makes us Eastern Standard Time. So it is 9:30 right now.
I have never been able to figure out if Eastern Standard Time is in the winter or in the summer. Which one's which? Because there's Eastern Time and there's Eastern Standard Time. And one of them means daylight savings time, and one of them means not on daylight savings time. Eastern Standard Time means
Why'd you just confuse me, Jebb?
I
didn't know there was
I
I
don't know
confuse
what you're
myself.
talking
It's
about right
really
now.
time zones are stupid. They're really dumb. They're dumb.
I don't know what's happening.
Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and jump on to some technical analysis, and let's get into some Bitcoin TA. Let's see where Bitcoin's going to go, guys. Let's go ahead and jump onto the chart and get started. Guys, Bitcoin currently is in what we call a symmetrical triangle pattern. For everyone who's gone through the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, you will know this video down here on wedges and pennants. It follows our continuation patterns video, and in that video, you will find out the continuation patterns, they continue a pattern. That's what you see happening with those. Bitcoin has been very bullish and has moved into this symmetrical triangle continuation pattern, and these are going to break bullish about 70% of the time. That's the foundation of what we talked about yesterday, so I'm going to be brief on running over and reviewing this TA since we did it yesterday. Guys, what we're also looking at right now is what I call a nested inverse head and shoulders pattern. We have an inverse head and shoulders pattern right here, and then we also have a larger inverse head and shoulders pattern right here. Both of these have very bullish price targets. The smaller inverse head and shoulders pattern has a price target of approximately $63,500 right up here, and our larger inverse head and shoulders pattern has a target of approximately $70,000. So both of these are pointing us to the upside with quite a bit of confidence, and they do indicate that we should be rallying to the upside. This pattern is going to end up leading to a big breakout on Bitcoin, among other things. Out on the daily chart, we see another reason why that is true. We can see that the RSI has a downtrending level of resistance on. Let me go ahead and show you this. Downtrending level of resistance right there. We actually are able to do technical analysis on Bitcoin's RSI like this. A lot of people don't know that you can do trend line analysis on RSI. It's a perfectly valid way of doing it. Now, I wouldn't be looking for inverse head and shoulders patterns and chart formation so much on a RSI or an oscillator like this, but I would encourage you to look for trend lines and levels of support and resistance. There is a downtrending level of resistance on RSI right here, and if Bitcoin so much as trades sideways, that means if Bitcoin so much as moves sideways on the chart, because we're already at 50, which represents equilibrium, if Bitcoin does that, we will break this downtrend, and that may be the domino knocking over that we need to see to force Bitcoin's hand and make it move farther to the upside. If that were to happen, that could very easily lead to a bullish cross on MACD, as we are bearish right now, but for the last 2 days, we've been converging bullish. That happening could be all we need to make us break this downtrending level of resistance and force Bitcoin to rally to and above $60,000, and that would be the beginning of a massive rally. Again, let's go to full screen. I want to break this down real quick. What we see happen right now on Bitcoin is that Bitcoin is under quite a bit of tension. We've talked about that many times. I want to reiterate, though. We see low volume. We see low volatility. We see low retail investor interest. Those three things being low means that we're in consolidation. It means we have a very tight spring. But eventually, the spring is going to get released, and all that energy is going to blow up, and it's going to be, it's going to turn from potential energy into kinetic energy, and in the analogy, it's going to turn from tension in the market into bullish movement in the market, and all of the news that we've talked about in the last several streams backs that up. Tim, I want to hear your opinion on where you think Bitcoin is going and why, and I also want you to go ahead and tell us about the price predictions, because we completely forgot to do the price predictions.
Yeah, no, so it's been frustrating. It's been very frustrating for me. Especially with all those predictions, because at one point it looked like I was going to win, and I actually am not going to win a single freaking one of them.
Dang.
That's stupid. And what we were talking about earlier this morning is I have this sneaky feeling that either tomorrow or Sunday I will be right on probably almost all of them.
Seriously.
So that's slightly frustrating. If you guys were following, we'll start with, because we're talking about Bitcoin right now, all three of us were expecting that Bitcoin was going to climb over that 60, because who wasn't? Now, that's been absolutely frustrating and stupid this week as Bitcoin continues to hit its head on that 59.5 number. But that being said, TeamSmay wins because he predicted 62, and because he was the lowest of all of us, he wins automatically. So congratulations, TeamSmay, on the Bitcoin prediction. You win there, my friend.
Yes,
you also
yes.
win Ethereum
Oh,
because
wow.
you said, again,
Double.
the
Whoa,
lowest
what?
of all the
I'm going to
predictions.
give you the Expo marker of truth and
Oh,
justice.
nice.
Thank you.
He now has the Expo marker of truth and justice
I have an
for his
Expo
victory.
marker,
Yes,
Expo marker.
that's going to be our
So-
trophy until we get something better.
So I just want to say speech real quick. Cause
Oh my
we're
gosh.
gonna
Keep it quick.
We're not gonna talk about Cardano. I just want to say, guys, I couldn't have done this without you guys with your support. Yeah, so I am still the most winning team in this competition where we do price predictions. And now I've kind of went over that twice now. So at this point, it's not even fair, but I guess it's just how it is, guys. So thank you for your support, and yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe I also won the Cardano price
You did win
prediction, right?
Cardano at 125. Congratulations, Team Jebb on Cardano. But Smay won Ethereum, so therefore Smay had 2 wins. I had second place in 2 of them, and I was looking very good on all 3 of them until it just stopped moving.
For second place,
Stop
I'm
moving.
going to award myself the quartet marker
And I
of
will-
truth and justice.
I will reward myself with more studying. So that's
Someone said, get that man a Camry. You're not stealing my Camry. By the way, in case anyone didn't follow me on Twitter, I bought a new car yesterday. So thank you so much for the continued support on the channel. Bought a 2019 Camry. Let's try that again. 2019 Camry SE. Thanks so much. Appreciate
we'll
it,
talk
guys.
more about that at the end of the show, though.
Yes,
Let's
indeed.
get back to Bitcoin. And do you have
Yes,
any more
indeed.
TA, or are we done with
As far as
TA?
TA is concerned, I think I've covered the TA pretty thoroughly yesterday and in today's video. There's more technical analysis coming up. I want to kind of put a bow on all of this, though, because there's been a lot of price anxiety in the cryptocurrency markets as of late, and I want to encourage you, because whenever Bitcoin is pulling back, this is not something that we need to be concerned about. This is not something that we need to be scared about. This is something that we need to actually look for opportunity in. And whenever Black Friday comes around and your favorite television is half off, you get upset and you're like, oh no, my television isn't worth as much, so when I try and sell it 2 years from now, I'm not going to make as much money. No, you don't think like that. You think, oh my gosh, my television, it's half off. I'm going to go buy a TV now. Yay, I'm saving money. That's what we need to look at on Bitcoin. And by the way, Bitcoin isn't even that far down. We're only down $2,000 from what is essentially the all-time high, right around $60,000. At the end of the day, Bitcoin looks very healthy. And to be honest with you guys, where I see Bitcoin going is $60,000 to $80,000, more like $70,000 to $80,000 in the next month or two. And to be honest with you, I've kind of made my point on Bitcoin, so I think we can go ahead and move on to Ethereum. So drop a 1 in chat if you are interested in that. And Tim, if you have anything final to say on Bitcoin, speak now or hold your peace.
Well, there are a couple articles we could look at, some news things. First of all, this is a little old, but I have never seen anyone talk about this, and that is the Texas governor and his plans for crypto altogether, mainly talking about Bitcoin and his hope that Texas will lead the charge on adopting crypto and Bitcoin, just like they led the charge on gold. I think that's pretty interesting because that's just another story of a state and a governance taking on Bitcoin adoption, crypto adoption, that will lead us surging past that 60 into the 100, maybe even getting to where that prediction of 450,000 is.
Yep.
Do you want to go into that article, or you want to keep going?
Which article was that?
Texas governor wants Texas to lead charge.
Yeah, I wanted to go into that, but the link is broken. I can't get it
The
open.
link, that's nice.
The link is broken, my friends.
There
I'm
we go.
sorry. Let's see if I can get it to work. Yeah, it says 404 page not found.
That's fun.
Texas governor. Essentially, what we're talking about here, guys, is that the Texas governor, Greg Abbott, who's been in power for the last 6 years, wants to lead adoption of Bitcoin in the same way that adoption of gold was led by Texas back in the 1850s, back when there was the gold rush going on in the American West. Texas is, believe it or not, actually a very innovative state. There's a lot of technological developments that have come out of Texas, such as Tesla moving to Texas, but also a lot of the growth that we've seen in civilization over the last 150 years has come from our ability to make the most out of hydrocarbon fuel such as oil. Where did the majority of oil extraction in this country and in the world start? It started in Texas, guys, and the same thing is probably going to end up happening with Bitcoin. They want to be on the precipice of this, and it just goes to show you everything is bigger in Texas, even the future, guys. So, with that said,
Yeah.
that makes my point on that. I think we should go ahead and move on to Ethereum. Let's drop a 1 in chat if you were excited for that, and let's go ahead and jump on over to the chart. Guys, Ethereum's all-time high is $2,150, much higher than its previous all-time high at $1,428. You can see this level right here is where Ethereum had rallied to 3 years ago, and is now our support level right here. Ethereum is a very interesting project and a very interesting chart right now, because what I see on Ethereum is where I see Bitcoin going in the next few weeks. Notice how Bitcoin has a consolidation pattern, a symmetrical triangle pattern right now, but it hasn't broken out. Well, what did Ethereum do? Ethereum was in a symmetrical triangle pattern that has now broken out. Ethereum looks like what I think Bitcoin's chart's going to look like in the next week or two, except I think Ethereum's going to rally even farther than 2150. My prediction of $2,400 on Ethereum did not come true today, but I think it will come true in the next week, and the reason for that is because Ethereum is extremely bullish right now, along with the rest of the cryptocurrency market being extremely bullish as well. We have seen a crazy amount of adoption going on Bitcoin, going on Ethereum, and going on Cardano, and all three of these projects are doing very well because of that. We can also see that, at least for now, Ethereum's MACD is looking very, very bullish. It is converging on itself, but we do see that it has a bullish MACD cross that has led it several $100s to the upside. And we can also see that it, too, just like Bitcoin, is not overextended on its RSI, meaning that literally anything that pushes Ethereum into a new rally could knock those dominoes over and start a massive chain reaction and get Ethereum moving in a big, big way. I want to point this out too. Ethereum is sitting above its 20-daily EMA, and unlike Bitcoin, it has not pulled back below it even recently. We've talked about how Ethereum has some fundamental issues with its energy and with it not having a maximum supply limit, and a few more things other than that, transactional throughput, etc. But at the end of the day, right now, its technicals actually look better than Bitcoin, and that's something that we need to keep in mind, is that the fundamentals can say whatever they want. The technicals are in charge until the fundamentals override them. Make no mistake, by the way, guys, fundamentals can override, and they do override technicals quite often, but for right now, the fundamentals are nothing but bullish, so the technicals are going to follow that. What are the technicals saying? The technicals are saying the chart is in position to go into a big rally, so all we need now is someone to drop a match on that pile of gasoline, covered sticks and wood, and start the fire and get the thing blazing, because these markets are primed and ready. As far as where I see Ethereum going, remember, I said $2,400, and I will show you why I said $2,400. If we look at Fibonacci retracement, I want to do some retracement from these levels right here, I do believe, is what I want to look at. If you'll notice, Fibonacci retracement from this high to this high right here puts the 1.618 level at $2,437 and change. That is where my prediction came from, and I do believe that prediction is going to come true, even if it comes true a little bit later than we thought. Guys, here's a point on technical analysis. Technical analysis and figuring out where the market's going to go is the easy part. Figuring out the timing is actually the really hard part. The timing was wrong, but I do think that prediction is correct, and I think it's going to happen relatively soon. I want to hear your opinions on that in chat. Tim, you had a prediction on Ethereum. Where do you think that Ethereum is going next, based on everything that we've been talking about?
So if you guys looked at mine, again, not a TA expert, Jebb is a TA expert, but when I did my predictions, 88 to 130, Bitcoin to 63, 820 and 95 cents, and Ethereum to 2206, the reason why I think that I'm not far off, and I think we're going to be very close to that number either tomorrow or the next day, is because if you guys look at the charts, again, not a TA expert, but go look at the charts at January, February, March, what it looked like at the beginning of the month, what it looked like around the 8th, 9th, 10th area.
Yep.
If you look at those numbers, the pattern will continue to be, for Ethereum, there's a chance I think it grows to 2,200 tomorrow or maybe even Sunday. And then it'll keep going up. But I do want to point out, though, I'm
drawing that pattern, by the way. I'm going to show it to him here.
Yeah, sweet.
Keep going.
There is an article that was posted, I don't know if it was last night or this morning, and what it is talking about, if you guys, as you guys have been watching, Ethereum, which was clinging to Bitcoin pretty severely, broke. So by Bitcoin kind of stagnated / dropped a little bit, Ethereum continued to rise past all-time high. What this has done, and I'm sure you guys saw that on TA, whether you did it yourself or what Jebb was saying, is it has created, while it is higher than Bitcoin at the moment in terms of its growth, it has created a weaker support line than Bitcoin. So pretty much Bitcoin, because it's been consolidating for so long, has created very firm and higher support lines, whereas Ethereum, it has a very weak one at 1,800 that I don't think it's necessarily going to get there, but if for some reason it does, it could drop below that. Jebb, do you have an opinion on that one?
Yeah, so if you can go ahead and jump on over to my chart, Smay, I'll show everybody what he's talking about, because truth be told, Ethereum does have weak support beneath it. However, Bitcoin actually has relatively weak support beneath it also. What Tim is saying is that Ethereum's even weaker, but to be honest with you, from an absolute standpoint, they're both pretty weak. Let me first talk about the pattern that Tim is talking about for the first 9 days on Ethereum. I've gone ahead and drawn, while he was talking, the first 9 days of the last 3 months, and you will notice that during the first 9 days of the last 3 months, typically speaking, in this case, Ethereum has gone into a rally. For example, here in 9 days, it rallied 76%. Here in 9 days, it rallied 40%. Here in 9 days, it rallied 35%. Here in 9 days, we've rallied 10%. Interesting. We're going to come back to that. I also want to show you the same thing on Bitcoin. I don't have it drawn over here, but I can go ahead and show you pretty simply. Let's go ahead and look at the first 9 days on Bitcoin over on its chart. Looking at the first 9 days, we see it rallied up 40% in the first 9 days of January. Let's look at the first 9 days over in February. What happened here? Bitcoin rallied, you guessed it, 40%. What happened here in the first 9 days of March? Bitcoin rallied 25%. But now what has happened in the first 9 days in April? We've rallied 2%. Here's the thing, guys. Bitcoin follows patterns for a very good reason, and those patterns will be respected even if they're not respected in the exact timing. Patterns will normally repeat themselves even if the timing isn't exactly what you think. Bitcoin is expecting to have a big rally based on everything we've seen so far, and I do think that that's going to happen. What we need to be looking out for is when do the dominoes start falling. Right now, we're in consolidation. That's the only reason that we're not moving farther to the upside is because the bulls and the bears are at a deadlock right now. But it's not because the bulls are weaker. It's not because the bears are stronger. It's because we are in a stalemate. But that stalemate can be broken just like that. And when it happens, all hell breaks loose in the cryptocurrency market, and a massive rally can happen. Let me show you also what Tim is talking about. We can see it very clearly on something called the VPVR. That's called the Volume Profile Index. If you look at the volume profile, VPVR, it is a paid indicator on TradingView. You have to have a paid subscription to TradingView. We have an affiliate link for TradingView down below if you don't have that. You can see on VPVR that there's not much VPVR volume sitting between $20,000 and $40,000, as opposed to if we look at the history on Bitcoin, there is a ton of trading volume in between $12,000 and $6,000. That's because we traded sideways quite a bit here. VPVR is just showing you how much trading has happened in the visible period at that price level. We just haven't done a lot of trading up here. So yes, Bitcoin should be expecting to rally even higher, but we also need to keep in mind that it doesn't have very strong support. At the end of the day, guys, though, it doesn't really matter because the support isn't going to more than likely come into play as Bitcoin is looking so very bullish right now. So let's go back to the full screen and let's discuss. Anyone in chat with any questions on that? Anyone in chat with an opinion of where Bitcoin's going to go next? Please tell us. We would love to hear your thoughts on our predictions. And I believe, is it on Friday or on Monday that we're going to be making?
We're going to be making new predictions on Monday.
We're going to be making new predictions on Monday, so make sure you tune in for that. Hey, by the way, guys, we have 1,150 people here and only 175 likes. My friends, that is a travesty. Smash that like button. Let's see if we can't get to 250 likes really quickly. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for subscribing.
Yes.
What are you seeing in chat, Tim?
Like the stream.
Yes. What's May said?
And then another thing is, if you want us to be answering a lot more questions, if we get to 1,000 likes on this stream, we will go long on our stream and answer more of your questions till the views start dropping off. So if you like this stream and if you want more questions answered, make sure you hit that like button. If you don't like this stream, as we talked about yesterday, we have a technical difficulty on our channel where the dislike button does not really work. What you actually have to do is hit the subscribe button and the bell, and then it sends a chain reaction that sends us the dislike. So if you don't like us, go ahead and do that.
So if you don't like if you don't like the video, just either hit the notification bell because of it's a glitch actually in YouTube. The dislike button is tied to that, and also if you really dislike the video and you really want to make a point, smash that dislike button twice so we know you're serious.
Yes.
Guys, make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. By the way, we're getting increasingly active over there, and I have a ton of things that I like to share on Twitter that I don't talk about on YouTube. So if you want more information on Bitcoin, more technical analysis, etc., make sure to follow us over there. Someone said, actually not someone, many people are saying, Jebb, why didn't you wait to buy a car? If you waited a little bit, you could have bought 2 cars. Guys, just to be clear, I waited a very, 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 very long time.
I was so upset about that. I was like, yo, homie, he's got to drive. I get it. Like, I get that you're going to make money on, but he's got to drive.
Just so everybody who knows who joined in here, this is a multi-million-dollar company we're running. The money I just put into that Camry, we make in a day from all of our trading and our investing and our operations here. I have not bought anything for myself for like 4 years and invested everything. And by the way, I didn't buy the Camry in Bitcoin. I bought it in US dollars because US dollars are going to be useless. Bitcoin's going to the future, and that's why I'm not buying a Bitcoin Tesla right now, even though I kind of want to.
Also, his previous car caught on fire.
My previous car caught on fire. My truck literally caught on fire in a supermarket parking lot. I had to call the fire department and everything. It was a whole thing. Follow us on Instagram.
It was a sight to see.
Follow us on Twitter because I have a picture of the fire department showing up. It was really funny. But anyway, got a cool car now. Tim, where are we going next, bud?
Well, actually, so real quick, before we jump into Cardano, because I know we want to get there, I've seen a lot of support, and I was over there looking at the technicals of Vechain. Vechain is looking like it's popping off. We've seen a lot of people in chat asking about that. So we haven't been doing 2-minute technicals recently, but Jebb, let's do a 2-minute technical really quick on Vechain, show people what's happening there. Vechain's been around here for a minute doing a lot of exciting things. Again, I'm newer to crypto, but in this quarter one, it was pretty exciting. And it looks like quarter two, it's continuing to climb. So what do we see there?
Sure, guys. So we'll go ahead and jump onto the chart here in just a second. Someone said Jebb's not going to get a speeding ticket in a Camry.
He almost did. You know?
Well, just so you know, Tim's wife, Taylor, who is actually coming to work for us relatively soon, I went out and showed her the car and took it up to 106 on a back road yesterday. So maybe I will. I don't know. We'll find out. Anyway, let's jump onto Vechain and we'll do some technical analysis on that. Guys, Vechain is a beautiful chart, and I'll tell you why. It is following technical analysis. Vechain looks gorgeous. Let's talk about this, guys. Vechain has some very, very solid levels of support and resistance and some very, very solid levels of resistance. It also has some very solid uptrends and downtrends of support and resistance, and for that, I am happy because my technical analysis brain sees this chart and it just gets very happy. Let's talk about that. We see that there are multiple levels of support on Vechain. We can see that Vechain is in what I like to call a stair-step formation where the market rallies, consolidates, rallies, consolidates, rallies, consolidates. What we ought to see happen next on Vechain, based on that continuing pattern, is it should consolidate up here around 13 cents. If we go ahead and look at this uptrend, we will see that Vechain has tested it many times. This is now the 5th test on this level of resistance, this uptrending level of resistance, and we also see that there are about 3 tests on the uptrending level of support. We can also see that Vechain is riding his 20 daily exponential moving average. Guys, I will tell you what, I understand Vechain, but I am not keeping up with the Vechain news, so I can't tell you what's going on there. Tim, you might have some news on that.
I was looking it up briefly. I'm not seeing anything that's popping off, but then again, I said that's something I think our research team has been doing a little bit digging on.
Yes.
I will push that a little bit farther.
So guys, I don't know of any big news that's happening on Vechain, so I can only speak to the technicals at this moment. We can get more information on that, but as far as the technicals are concerned, guys, Vechain more than likely needs some consolidation. I would say based on this pattern, it needs some consolidation down here to the 20 daily EMA. If we were to extrapolate it out, then it would probably look something like this. I could see Vechain pulling back to maybe 11 cents, maybe 12. It's probably going to trade sideways for the next week or two here, but after that, a breakout is very much possible. This market is going to be determined by its fundamentals. Vechain is still in price discovery mode, guys. This big rally here with no major corrections looks very healthy, and from a technical standpoint, I love the way this looks, but at the end of the day, it either needs to trade sideways for a little bit or it needs to have a correction because it has rallied, even though you can't really tell on this chart, 1,300% in 164 days. Remember, we're on log chart here. This is what the linear chart looks like. It's had a huge rally, and it is going to need to consolidate. Don't ever forget to look at the linear chart, guys, because when you don't, you may not notice that Vechain has rallied 50% in 4 days. And even though it does look very bullish, and even though its pattern looks very clear, it's going to need to consolidate. There's my take on Vechain. What do you guys think? Tell us in the chat.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think.
Let's go back
I know I've seen a lot of other questions. Like I said, we will do some 2-minute technicals on these little coins if you guys get us to 1,000 likes, because that's the deal. Get us to 1,000 and we'll extend the show.
Yes, sir.
So if you want to see any of those little coins, I've seen Tron, I've seen BNB, which BNB is not a little coin, it's number 3, but that's not on the show for the moment. But we will change our minds if you guys help us on that. Let's move to ADA, Jebb, and go
Let's
to Cardano.
do it, guys. We're going to talk about some Cardano. Smash that like for some Cardano, guys. Someone said in chat that we're permabulls on Cardano, and guys, we're really not. We are trying the best that we possibly can, and we're not trying. We just are. We're being objective on Cardano. I was trying to be humble there, but we are being objective on Cardano. It is a good project. Yes, it has a long way to go, but at the end of the day, it is in the top 10 for a good reason. So let's go ahead and jump onto that chart, Smay. If you will do the honors, we will go ahead and start. Guys, here's the deal with Cardano. Cardano is a little bit ahead of many of the other altcoins. Cardano has gone into a massive rally over the last 190 days. It's up 1,500%. It has been trading comfortably here around $1 and $1.50. And just like anything, you would like for Cardano to be comfortable, right? Right. So Cardano needs to continue trading sideways between $1 and $1.50 for at least a little while until it feels comfortable rallying even farther. I'm personifying it for a reason. The reason I'm personifying Cardano is because Cardano and all cryptocurrencies are simply the manifestation of the machinations of the traders. If the traders are very bullish on a project, then the coin will look very bullish. If the traders are very bearish on a project, the project will look very bearish. In fact, here's a way you can look at the price of a chart. You can look at it as the numerical representation of the sentiment in the market. Let's back up. What does that mean? The numerical sentiment, the numerical representation based on the US dollar or the Bitcoin comparative is a way of measuring it. You're using numbers, so it's a representative of something. What is it a representative of? It's a representative of the sentiment. The sentiment means how do people think think about this project. Right now, the fact that Cardano has been trading sideways for the last 45 days means that the market sentiment is very neutral. The market sentiment says, yes, this market is bullish. Yes, this market is really good. Yes, this coin is probably going to go up in the future, but for now, it needs to trade sideways because we're comfortable with where it is. However, we've talked about big rallies coming to Bitcoin. We've talked about big rallies coming to ADA. We've talked about big rallies coming to all of cryptocurrency, and when that happens, Cardano will be along for the ride. This is why I have a prediction of $8 to $15 on Cardano before the end of this bull cycle, is because of the fact that this right here, this pattern, is nothing more than a bull flag, and it's a consolidation pattern that this market is going to break bullish out of once we finally have some hype re-enter the space. Guys, Cardano is a fantastic project, and its technicals are clear on that. Just like on Bitcoin and Ethereum, we also see that RSI is sitting around 53, meaning that there's plenty of room to run when the time comes. We also see that just like several of these other projects, like Bitcoin, it could very easily have a strong bullish MACD cross in the blink of an eye. It would not be hard for that to happen. So watch out, guys. We are on the precipice of what could be a huge rally for Cardano and for Bitcoin and for Ethereum. Remember, all three of those are going to move in correlation, and you want to be keeping an eye on it. That is my take on Cardano. And one last thing, it is still sitting above its 20 daily EMA, which means that even though it's neutral and it looks like it's trading sideways, it's on the bullish side of neutral. So let's go back to full screen and let's talk about that. What do you guys think about Cardano? Where do you guys think it's going? And are you invested in ADA? Someone said, I think 20 miles per hour over in my state is arrestable. You're probably in Virginia.
I'll say
They're probably in Virginia.
I was born in Virginia, but I grew up down here in Florida. But I had a reckless driver ticket
tell us about that.
for going 82 because the state law says anything over 80 is reckless driving. So therefore, I'm a reckless driver.
20 miles per hour over the speed limit in Russia is a $4.50 fine. No. That's not how that works in Russia. 20 miles an hour over the speed limit in Russia is the way that you recruit an officer to joining your party. That's how you do that.
You go to the gulag.
You go to the gulag.
Also, Jebb, people are roasting your prediction. You gotta
roasting my prediction. Which predictions?
Yeah, they're saying $8 to $15.
$8 to $15. You don't think that's going to happen?
No, I think so. I'd say you need to elaborate on that a little bit.
Well, I was talking to the chat. You guys don't think Cardano is going to $8 to $15. Let's go ahead and talk about that because that is on topic. Guys, here's the deal. Let's go ahead and jump to my screen real quick, Smay, and I will explain where that comes from. We talked about this before, but I'm going to talk about it again. Cardano currently has a $40 billion market capitalization, trading at $1.22. Back up. Price doesn't matter. So let's just get that out of our head. Our price does not matter. Bitcoin is worth 60,000 times as much as Cardano based on its price, correct? Bitcoin's trading at, let's call it $60,000 for simplicity. Cardano's trading at $1. Let's call it $1 for simplicity. Bitcoin would, based on the price, be worth 60,000 times as much as Cardano. Is that true? No, it's not. It is worth 25 times as much as Cardano because its market capitalization is, let's call it for simplicity, $1 trillion, and Cardano's is, for simplicity, let's call it $40 billion. Ergo, Bitcoin is not worth 60,000 times as much. It's worth 25 times as much. Cardano going to $8 to $15 would put its market capitalization somewhere around $400 to $500 billion. Let's do the math really quickly. Let's divide 40, 123, 123, 123, divide by 1.22. This is the amount of market capitalization per dollar of Cardano. If we multiply this by 8, then Cardano's market capitalization, you don't have to follow the math, just follow what I'm saying. Cardano's market capitalization would be about $262 billion if it went to 8 cents. If, however, it went to 15 cents, it would be worth about double this, around $500 billion. That would only be half of what Bitcoin is worth right now. Bitcoin will always remain top dog. Let's go to full screen. I made my point on that. Bitcoin will always remain top dog, but Ethereum and Cardano having very similar functionalities and having a very large market to tap into will go far. Ethereum is already trading at $240 billion market cap. If Cardano went to $240 billion market cap, that'd be a $7 Cardano. If Ethereum doubled, then it would be worth what a $15 Cardano would be worth. As far as my prediction of $8 to $15 on Cardano by the end of the bull cycle, maybe it takes a little bit longer than that, but I think that prediction is very valid. And in fact, I think it is a low ball for what Cardano could do in the future if Cardano fulfills everything that it wants to do. We just saw Cardano signing with the Ethiopian minister. They're moving into agri-finance, agri-tech over in Ethiopia. Some of Ethiopia's platforms and projects are going to, some of Ethiopia's governance is going to be built on Cardano. And by the way, if you don't think that's a big deal, that's a huge deal. Why? Because Ethiopia has 120 million people in it. It's one of the top 15 largest countries by population on planet Earth, and it is starting to adopt Cardano for its 120 million citizens. That is a huge adoption story, one of many that we've seen as of late. Cardano can very easily go there. I want to hear your take on that in the chat, guys. What are you guys thinking? What do you think, Tim? Where do you think it's going?
So there's a lot of great opinions here in chat. First of all, I want to give you guys a lot of credit. You're right. Like, until Cardano has the smart contracts come out, and until Cardano does, we've seen a lot of movement actually in the last 2 weeks with Cardano, which is showing the momentum they're building. But you're absolutely right. Until Cardano makes the big money moves, as Ethereum has done, as all these things have done, yes, you have to say, I don't know yet. We can't promise anything. In the same with Ethereum, we are expecting here, the Berlin fork is coming out April 14th. Then we got the London fork coming out, hopefully, and I think the expectation is July. That being said, though, you still have to be in the boat of saying, hey, until it happens, we don't know. So you have to kind of choose a boat. The reason why we're so bullish on Cardano, and Jebb just mentioned the Ethiopian news, but what about
I'm going to have to mention something else again.
You have to mention something again?
I'm going to have to mention something about Ethiopia, because I'm hearing a lot of hate for our Ethiopian followers in chat. I'm seeing a lot of people saying, oh, there's $30 flowing around in all of Ethiopia. Here's some statistics for you. Smay, can you jump to my chart?
Yeah.
Ethiopia's economy has experienced strong, broad-based growth, averaging 9.4% a year from 2010 to 2011. For context, America's GDP growth hovers around 2%. China's GDP growth is actually, in some years, lower than Ethiopia's GDP growth. Ethiopia's real gross domestic product growth slowed down to 6.1% in 2019-2020 due to COVID-19. Ethiopia's GDP may be low at $100 billion US. Here's the thing. It's one of the fastest growing economies in Africa. You extrapolate its current economic growth 10 years from now, it'll be one of the powerhouses of economic growth in the entire world. I could very easily see Ethiopia becoming a G10 summit country in the next 10 to 15 years. And if they're building their governance systems on Cardano, then Cardano's adoption is going to grow with this country. Ethiopia was a country that wasn't doing very well for itself 20 years ago. All of Africa was, for reasons that we're not going to get into in this stream. The fact of the matter is the African continent is one of the fastest growing economic regions in the entire world. Yeah. And when Bitcoin and Cardano and other blockchain technologies penetrate that market, it is going to grow up with Bitcoin.
It's true. No, so
let's go to full screen.
Charles was talking about it. When you look at what he's doing and why he's doing it, because whys behind companies are very big. Look at Apple, look at Walmart, look at Chick-fil-A, look at some of those fast-growing companies. Now, Walmart has drifted away. We're going to see what happens with Apple. But these companies that started with strong whys made massive moves in the stock world. Now let's look at coins like ADA and the project they're doing. Charles talks very, very heavily about how Africa could literally overtake the rest of the world in blockchain adoption and blockchain development because of the intelligence and the technological advances that these people have. Now, what makes it unique, though, is because of the banking system that happens in Africa is so flawed. They don't have the same kind of bank. You can say the U.S. banking system is screwed up. You can say the European
which it most certainly is.
It is amazing compared to the banking system in Africa.
True.
So when you get them off centralized banking and you allow them to use a decentralized platform such as Cardano, whether they use Ethereum or anything else, Cardano's the one approaching them and going after them. If he's right about this, and this is speculation, but if he is right and Africa takes off, Cardano is going to explode.
Here's the deal, guys. One of the reasons that Cardano moving into Africa is such a big deal, someone said that they're from South Africa. Fire77 said, I'm from South Africa. The main problem in African countries is corruption, which makes it difficult to invest in. This ADA acceptance will change it. Here's the thing. I want to make this a very big point. If you take anything from this stream, take what I'm about to say, because this is the crux of why cryptocurrencies exist in the first place. And this is why they will be very successful in Africa. Cryptocurrencies, especially Bitcoin, primarily Bitcoin, was designed to curtail corruption. For someone to become corrupt, for a government to become corrupt, it has to have control of the citizenry. And to do that takes money. You have to be able to finance militaries. You have to be able to finance coups. You have to be able to finance alliances to be able to keep people suppressed. You have to finance arms and militaries and people that will keep you in power. Here's the way they do that. This is the way that governments finance corruption. They do it by causing inflation. They do it by devaluing their currency. And whenever you devalue currency, let's put it like this. Let's say you bought your wife a diamond ring because you want to marry her, and there you go. That one diamond ring is very valuable to her. Okay, let's say you give her a second diamond ring. Okay, well, it's not quite as valuable as the first one because she already has one. She doesn't really need 2 rings, but okay, sure, I'm the wife. I want a second ring. Great, I'll have like some really cool fingers. You give her a third ring. Now the wife starts saying, okay, this is getting kind of old. Like, I like diamond rings, but what am I going to do with all these diamond rings? Then you give her 10. Then she's like, what am I supposed to do with all these? This is absolutely useless to me. What am I supposed to do with 10 diamond rings? Then you give her 100. Notice how every time you give her a new diamond ring, each individual diamond ring gets less and less valuable in her eyes because they're not as rare. The reason that diamond rings are so valuable to people is because they're hard to get. It's because the husband who gave that wife a diamond ring had to work very hard to afford it. That's why very wealthy people want massively wealthy diamond rings, because the point is they're hard to come by. Here's the problem. What the African governments, what a lot of African governments and corrupt African politicians are doing is that they're giving the population hundreds and thousands and millions of diamond rings, and they're taking all of that value that was in the one diamond ring, and by diluting the supply of diamond rings and making everybody not care as much about them, they're taking all of that money and power into themselves, and they're using that value through inflationary monetary policy, which happens in America, by the way, is just a little bit more subversive. Just a little bit. They take all of that value and they collect it to themselves, and they use it to do corrupt things. We see all kind of corruption happening in America. It's not just in Africa, but it's even more prevalent in Africa because they don't have people who are going to demand high economic standards of living because they haven't had it yet. But here's the thing. Bitcoin, Cardano, and other blockchains are designed to curtail that. And so Cardano and Bitcoin being adopted in Africa is going to help to dispose of those people that are in charge of governments in Africa and take them out of power, stop the corruption, and allow the people to rise up and build democracies that will lead them into the future. That is why Bitcoin and Cardano moving into Africa is such a big deal, is because these African countries, which are already growing very fast, can grow even faster because of the lack of corruption and because of the stable monetary policy and currencies that they will get from Bitcoin and Cardano.
Yeah, I have something to say real quick.
Sure.
I saw some people mentioning Apollo FinTech saying it's going to be popping off. Guys, I looked into this because they wanted to sponsor us. I looked into this company. Guys, stay away from Apollo FinTech. If you look up the CEO, he is a serial scammer.
Yep.
Guys, he is a scammer.
Do not get into Apollo FinTech. Don't do it, guys.
Yep. I had a good, there's a lot of debate in chat. Let us know in chat, would you rather, especially the ladies, if there's any women listening to this stream, would you rather have a diamond ring or a Bitcoin ring?
Ooh.
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
How do you
have
should
a
you
Bitcoin
consider
ring?
that? I saw a video the other day. It was really funny. It was this girl saying that she wasn't a gold digger, but she is a Bitcoin and Ethereum digger.
Oh my gosh.
That's hilarious. Here's a deal. How about this? Anyone who is looking to propose to a crypto lady out there, what if you were to get a ring and it was a hardware wallet and it had a Bitcoin on it? How cool would that be?
That's risky.
That is so risky. Well,
risky.
diamond rings are risky too. How many times have people flush a $30,000 ring down a toilet? It's stupid.
Yeah, I would say one of the things that they mentioned though in the chat was talking about how diamonds have fake value because they're not even that rare.
They do. You're right. You're right. But here's the deal. Hang on. Pause. Great point. But they're valuable, aren't they? People buy them and they spend a lot of money on them, don't they? How do the diamond cartels of the world get that to happen? They limit the supply, and therefore the value and not the value, but the price of diamonds go up. Supply and demand economics. You take the supply out, the demand stays the same, the price has to go up. Very simple.
And also clever marketing.
It is clever marketing. The problem is that is not how our currencies operate, and that's how they're supposed to operate. Our currencies are supposed to go up in price. Our currencies are not supposed to go down in value the same way the US dollar does because of inflationary economic and monetary policy. It's supposed to be valuable. It's supposed to retain its value and go up slightly over time. Diamonds are worth so much money because they have a limited supply on them. We want the same thing for currency, don't we? Well, that's where Bitcoin and Cardano come in because both of them have a limited supply, and that, my friends, is the weapon that we will use in the fight against inflation, in the fight against governments that do not have our best interest at heart. Very good point, and please keep that in mind. The reason that diamonds have high prices is the same reason that Bitcoin will be successful.
Before we move on, because we are running out of time very quickly, if you guys want to continue this chat, because I think this was a great conversation.
Yeah.
But we are only sitting at 566 likes, so make sure you hit that like button. If we get to 1,000, we will continue to answer questions. We'll probably take a couple more and then wrap out this stream. But let us know, ask all the questions you want, and we will see what we can do.
Someone said we need to have some women on the team. We actually have.
We do.
We actually have 3 female employees. They're just not on camera because they work in marketing.
Yeah, but they're smarter than us, so they're whatever we're doing on camera.
They're a lot smarter than
better.
us. Yeah, it's really useful. In fact, they're all coming in today. I think I'm interviewing Taylor because Taylor, one of them left us and she's coming back. Anyway, what next, Tim? What are we doing?
Well, so while we're waiting on good questions, I'm going to keep my eye on that. I do notice, people were asking for it earlier. Those who are talking about Enjin right now, we looked at Enjin a little bit ago, so if you want to go back and look at that, you can do there. But BNB, or Binance Coin, which is also doing a lot. Jeb, let's do a quick 2-minute technical on that while I examine the chat for good questions.
Let's do it.
I think a lot of people would really like that.
Binance Coin, US dollar tether. Let's do it, guys. Binance Coin, as you guys know, is one of the largest cryptocurrencies at the moment with a $69 billion market capitalization. Nice. It is currently trading at $446, and it is up 10% over the last 24 hours. Binance Coin has had a very important breakout. Namely, it has broken its previous all-time high at $371, and as you can see, just 2 days ago, we used it as a support level. What does that mean, guys? Tell me in chat. I'm going to give you 10 seconds. What does that mean? I'm going to move on. I'm going to come right back to it. We also see that the MACD has rallied quite a bit. It is looking very, very, very strong. We also see that RSI is sitting up here at 75. Okay, you've had your chance. What does that mean? Binance Coin using previous resistance as new support means this. It has put this in as a floor, and if it ever needs to correct, it will use $371 as support. It has turned resistance, which was red, into support, which is blue on my chart the way that I do it. That is a very important thing because in the same way that we did that with $1.50, $150 on Binance, if we ever need to pull back $152 is a level of support that this market would be able to use. If we look at our VPVR, I want to show you some more support because we have seen quite a bit of sideways trading in between $150 and $370 on Binance Coin. It's not loading, but even though it's not, I can tell you right now, there is going to be a little bit of a bump right here in the VPVR. If you'll notice, there is quite a bit of trading that happened here between roughly about $200 and $350, and that is going to help us with support in the future if we need it. We can also see that Binance Coin is riding the outside of the Bollinger Bands and has been for quite some time. Volatility has exploded, guys. Why has this happened? I will tell you. Here's the reason it happened. Binance Coin, just like many of the other projects that we've talked about in today's stream, is in a symmetrical triangle pattern, or in this case, was in a symmetrical triangle pattern. And what did it do? Broke bullish. What did we see when it broke bullish? We saw increased volume. Following me here, this is important. We saw increased volume, we saw increased volatility, and I'll tell you, I'm not going to show you the statistic, you'll just have to take my word for it. We have seen increased retail investor interest. That is what happens when you break a symmetrical triangle pattern to the upside. That is confirmation. Binance Coin is very bullish right now, and you should expect it to continue to rally in keeping with its fundamentals. If its fundamentals do well, it will keep going up. If its fundamentals do poorly, it will start going down. Here's the thing though, Binance is one of the largest exchanges in the cryptocurrency market, and let's go to full screen because I honestly, guys, Coinbase is going live on IPO on April 14th. I would not be surprised if Binance went IPO in the next year because Binance is one of the largest cryptocurrency exchanges right behind Coinbase, and I would not be at all surprised about that. It makes a lot of sense that this cryptocurrency is doing well, and if you're looking for a cryptocurrency to invest in, Binance Coin isn't half bad. I will say this. There may be in future a debate about whether or not Binance Coin is a security. I'll be very clear. I don't think Binance Coin is a security. I'm not saying that it's a security, but people that don't know what they're talking about might think that it is, and there may be an issue with that in the future. If you're going to invest in Binance Coin, you ought to be informed on that. It hasn't happened yet to my knowledge, but it's something that may happen in the future, so be careful with that. Anyway, guys, what do we got now?
Someone asked about your Ethereum price prediction of 2021. I know you've given that several times, Jeb. So I was clarifying if they want to know the end of 2021 or are they just talking about in general. Go ahead and answer the question of end of 2021. I know you've answered that before, but... Sure.
End of 2021, guys, based on everything that we're seeing in cryptocurrency adoption, I would be very surprised if Ethereum wasn't over $5,000 by the end of this year. Just to be honest with you, we have EIP, Ethereum Improvement Proposal 1559 coming out. We have, London coming out, the updates coming out to Ethereum, several others that Tim can tell you all about. Ethereum is a very healthy project. It has problems. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Ethereum is perfect. It does have issues with gas fees. It does have issues with block time. It does have with transactional throughput and transactional capacity. It does have issues. Nevertheless, it's still top dog. And the top dog wins. Bitcoin has issues, but it's top dog, and the top dog wins. The top dog might have a bad shoulder, but if the top dog is the top dog, nobody's going to challenge it, and nobody's going to fight it because it's still the top dog, right? Ethereum's the top dog. Ethereum will fix these issues because it has a stupid amount of developmental energy going into it. It's a good project, one that's been around for a long time, and it will be very successful. I think, based on its current circulating supply, that it'll go to $5,000 for the end of the year. That would put it at a market capitalization of, let's see, roughly $600 billion. And I think that's very reasonable considering Bitcoin passed that 4 months ago.
Yeah, let us know in chat what you guys think. I know some of you already have, but if you have not dropped your opinion, drop your opinion. Someone did ask Smay what you think, what I think. The truth is, I'm not good at technical analysis, and I don't know everything that Jebb knows. The longer the view out, it's kind of hard. I think Jebb's estimate of 5,000 is fair. Obviously there are some people saying it get to 17,000. By
the way, it could easily go to 10,000. Yeah, I'm being conservative in that prediction. I can see it going to 10.
I've seen some predictions, 5 to 8, 8 to 10. I like that. I think, especially with its involvement in NFTs, while I am still also bullish on ADA and what they're going to do in ADA and smart contracts, so this kind of keeps up the air. But at this point, I could very easily see Ethereum going to 8,000. At the end of the day, I don't have a firm prediction. My prediction is I'll make money by staying in Ethereum for now, so I'm staying in Ethereum.
I'll go ahead and give my thoughts really, really fast. Guys, I'm predicting that there's going to be some drama this year with Ethereum. I think something's going to happen with Ethereum's blockchain that's going to be a little controversial, and I think it's probably not going to hit the targets everyone thinks it is. That's just my personal gut feeling. It's kind of not really based in anything. A little bit of murmurs here and there, but I have a moment. I just have a feeling. So don't boo me.
He's got a real bad feeling. This is the channel of real good feelings.
Real bad feeling.
He got a real bad feeling.
Sorry. All I know is I won the most price predictions. So
oof. He's kind of got a point. Anyway, he does have the Expo Marketer of Truth and Justice for the next week. So what can we say? Here's the thing, guys. Ethereum's a good project. Whether or not it goes to $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, I don't really care, to be honest with you. I'm in Ethereum. I'm going to make money either way. Ethereum is a good project, and it's going to do what it set out to do. And quite frankly, I'm in Ethereum because I believe in what Ethereum's founders believe in. Not even so much for the profit, even though there is a high profit potential there. Real quick, we need to mention the sponsor of this stream, which is none other than the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. Guys, if you haven't already joined CT2A, the first link in the description box down below will take you to a page that'll teach you everything you need to know about technical analysis. Remember, guys, trading is the thing that you need technical analysis for. Technical analysis is the gate and key to becoming a good trader. If you want to go into physics, you have to learn math. If you want to go into heart surgery, you have to learn anatomy. It's quite simple. If you want to go into trading, you have to learn technical analysis, and that's why we teach technical analysis. Here's the deal, guys. When you join the course, you're not paying for information. You can find information online. What you can't find online is wisdom and experience boiled down into concise videos that'll save you time. Here's the thing. If you work 40 hours a week, 52 weeks a year, you will work for 2,080 hours a year. I've put 4,000 to 5,000 hours of my life into learning technical analysis. Work 40 hours a week, 52 weeks a year. That would have taken you 2.5 years. Makes sense. I've been in the market for 3.5 years, and I do it more than 40 hours a week most times. I learned all of that doing it the hard way. I want to teach it to you the easy way, because you can go through CT2A in 12 hours flat and learn everything that took me that long to do. If you want to buy your time back, I'm selling you your time. I'm not selling you some secret sauce. I'm giving you your time back because your time is valuable. If you're interested in that, the link's in the description box down below. Any questions on that, please feel free to tell us in chat.
Yeah. No, guys, so we're going to be pretty darn close to wrapping up the stream. We're going to update you guys. We talked about it earlier. Who won this week's competition? Some of you know who have been following the price. It was TeamSmay. That being said, are you, just because he won, are you long-term TeamSmay? Are you long-term Team Jebb? Mm-hmm. Are you long-term Team Tim? We'll see. Just so you guys know, ADA was won by Team Jebb at the price. He predicted 125. As we know, it was sitting at 121 this morning at 9:30. So Team Jebb wins ADA, and second place would be Smay sitting at 115 because he's a hater.
I'm not a hater.
I think very soon, though, that 130 prediction that I gave is going to be coming true. When we move to Ethereum, this is a win for TeamSmay because he actually was bullish on this one. It's funny because he just kind of pooped on it, but he did think that Ethereum was going to get to 2,100. He was pretty darn close. We gotta wrap this out. He was pretty darn close. So applaud to Smay. If you agree with Smay about the future of Ethereum, type in Team Smay. If you disagree, type in Team Tim or Team Jebb, because Jebb is very bullish on Ethereum, thinking it was going to make it all the way to 2,400, which I think it's going to be there very soon. More realistically, I think within the next day or two, it's going to get to my prediction, which was 22.06 and 47 cents. Let us know what you guys think about that. And then the last one, Bitcoin. This one we were all a little bit over, but TeamSmay wins because he is the pessimist of the group, when he voted with 62,000. Obviously, he didn't even get close to that, but by default, he wins. But I think we're about to see a massive spike. As soon as we cross that 60,000, it's going to freaking skyrocket to, more realistically, my prediction of 63,820 and 95 cents. Let us know what you guys think. I didn't win this week, but if you are Team Tim, stay with me because I'm learning, I'm growing right alongside you, and we are coming for the W's very soon.
Somebody calls Smay a pooper, bro.
Yeah,
He does do that
I said in chat, forget hashtag Team Pooper and hashtag Team Bad at TA Tim.
It's okay, though. Sometimes TA is bad. Sometimes TA doesn't work. So,
Team Bad at TA Tim. Let's tell us tell us if that should be his name.
Yeah. All right.
Team.
I'll own it. I'll own it.
Oh
I'll
my
be
gosh.
Team Pooper because Team Pooper is the winner. So.
Oh my gosh. Guys, if you enjoyed today's live stream, make sure to smash that like button. Let's see if we can get to 750, maybe 800 likes before we wrap the stream out. Guys, that's pretty much going to wrap it out around here. If you want to learn more about technical analysis, first link in the description. If you want to sign up for Bybit, the best cryptocurrency trading platform on the market, links in the description box down below. Both of those links obviously help us. CT2A is our own product, and Bybit we do have an affiliate with. They are the exchange that I personally recommend. So if you're interested, go ahead and sign up there. Be careful with leverage. If you don't know what you're doing, it can get you into trouble. Instagram and Twitter. Make sure to follow us over there, guys. I'm becoming very active over there, and I would love to get to know you a little bit better on those platforms. Make sure you subscribe and hit the post notification bell, and tune back in on Monday at 9:30 for the next Coffee and Crypto live stream. We do have a video coming out here in a couple of hours, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Do we have any final thoughts, gentlemen, before we leave?
We good.
Guys, that is going to wrap it out for today's live stream. But before we go, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.